Well, hello there, fellow travelers on this spinning rock. If you've felt like the world has been plugged into a cosmic amplifier and the volume knob cranked to 11, you're not alone. The planets, those ancient glittering storytellers in our night sky, are in the middle of a major celestial reshuffling. Think of it less as a gentle waltz and more as a cosmic mosh pit. Pluto's continued journey through Aquarius is shaking up our collective foundations, demanding innovation and community in ways that feel both exhilarating and deeply unsettling. This isn't just astrological fluff for your social media feed. These are real, tangible, energetic currents pushing and pulling on every single one of us, urging a profound evolution. This isn't your grandmother's planetary alignment, unless your grandmother was a radical priestess who surfed cosmic waves. We are living through a period of intense energetic acceleration, a time when the veils between worlds feel particularly thin. The old ways of being, the structures built on hierarchy and control, are crumbling like ancient stone in a relentless storm. This is a planetary scale rite of passage. We are being asked, collectively and individually, to shed old skins we have long outgrown. The discomfort you feel, that sense of urgency and chaos, is the friction of rebirth. It's the universe nudging us, or maybe shoving us, toward a new paradigm of existence. The Earth herself, our Great Mother, is also shifting her frequency. Her magnetic fields are fluctuating, her seasons are changing, and her voice is growing louder through storms, quakes, and the quiet wisdom of the wild places. We are intrinsically linked to her rhythms, and as she recalibrates, so must we. This process can feel like a deep, soul-level jet lag, where our inner clocks are struggling to sync with the new time zone of a higher consciousness. It manifests as heightened anxiety for some, spontaneous spiritual awakenings for others, and a general feeling that the very ground beneath our feet is no longer as solid as it once seemed. This grand cosmic remix is calling for a new kind of human. It's a call to become more intuitive, more heart-centered, and more deeply connected to the web of life that sustains us all. The planetary energies are not here to punish us. They are here to liberate us from outdated programming. They are breaking the chains of old karma and dissolving the illusions that have kept humanity in a state of spiritual slumber for centuries. The challenge is to stay awake through the noise, to listen to the subtle music beneath the chaos, and to learn the steps to this new, wild dance of creation. On an individual level, this great shift can feel like a personal identity crisis of epic proportions. The career path that once felt secure now seems meaningless. Relationships are being tested, and long-buried emotional wounds are bubbling to the surface, demanding to be healed. This is the universe doing a deep clean of your spiritual house, and it can be messy. You might feel lost, isolated, or like you're the only one who can't seem to get their footing. This is a crucial part of the process. You are being asked to release who you thought you were in order to become who you are truly meant to be, a sovereign being of immense power. Collectively, humanity is facing a mirror, and frankly, the reflection is not always pretty. We are seeing the consequences of our disconnection from nature and from each other played out on the world stage. Social and political systems are strained to their breaking points, revealing the deep inequalities and unsustainable practices they were built upon. This is the collective shadow coming into the light. It's a time of great division, but also of great opportunity. We have the chance to come together, to build new systems based on cooperation, justice, and respect for all beings. But it requires us to face the darkness without flinching. This transition demands an incredible amount of resilience and adaptability. Think of an old oak tree in a hurricane. It survives not by being rigid, but by allowing its branches to bend and sway with the powerful winds of change. We too must learn to be flexible in our beliefs, our expectations, and our plans. The challenge is to release our tight-fisted grip on control and learn to trust the flow of the universe, even when it's leading us into uncharted territory. This requires courage, faith, and a willingness to embrace the unknown as a sacred space of potential and creation. The most profound challenge is staying connected to our hearts in a world that often encourages us to live in our heads. The energies are pushing for a shift from a mind-dominated existence to a heart-centered one. This means learning to listen to the quiet whispers of our intuition over the loud shouting of our fears. It means choosing compassion over judgment, both for ourselves and for others who are also struggling through this chaotic dance. The greatest hurdle is remembering that love is the most powerful force in the universe, the ultimate anchor in these stormy seas of transformation. Technology, in this era of immense change, acts as a powerful but tricky magical tool, a true digital cauldron. On one hand, it has become an incredible conduit for connection and knowledge. We can connect with fellow pagans, shamans, and spiritual seekers from across the globe with a simple click, sharing rituals, wisdom, and support in virtual circles. Ancient texts and hidden knowledge are now democratized, accessible to anyone with a curious spirit and an internet connection. This digital web allows us to build communities and spread awareness about our sacred connection to the earth on an unprecedented scale, fostering a global tribe. However, this same digital cauldron can easily become a vessel for distraction and disconnection. The constant barrage of notifications, the curated perfection of social media, and the endless scroll can pull us out of the present moment and away from our own inner guidance. It's easy to get lost in the digital noise, mistaking the echo chamber of online validation for genuine spiritual connection. Technology can tether us to a matrix of manufactured urgency, making it harder to hear the subtle voices of the spirits, the land, and our own deep intuition. It can become a barrier to the very presence it promises to enhance. The positive potential lies in using technology with intention, as a sacred instrument rather than a mindless habit. It can be used to organize real-world gatherings, to mobilize for environmental causes, or to access guided meditations that help us ground our energy after a long day. We can use it to learn about herbal remedies from a teacher thousands of miles away, or to chart the very planetary movements that are causing all this beautiful chaos. When wielded with consciousness, technology can be a powerful ally in our spiritual practice, a modern scrying mirror that reflects the vastness of our interconnected world. The danger is in allowing technology to replace our direct experience with the sacred. A picture of a forest is not the same as smelling the damp earth and feeling the rough bark of a tree. A live-streamed ritual lacks the palpable energy of a circle cast with friends under the full moon. The challenge is to maintain balance, to use these tools to augment our spiritual lives, not to substitute for them. We must consciously unplug, step away from the screens, and root ourselves in the tangible, breathing world of the goddess and God, ensuring our spirits are nourished by reality, not just its digital reflection. In this whirlwind of planetary and technological change, the most vital energy to cultivate is that of grounding. We must become like the world tree, with our branches reaching for the cosmos, but our roots dug deep into the nurturing soil of the earth. The single most important practice is to connect with the physical world daily. Walk barefoot on the grass, touch the leaves of a plant, listen to the birdsong, or simply breathe in the fresh air. This simple act of presence anchors your energy field, stabilizes your emotions, and reminds you that you are a child of the earth, held and supported by the Great Mother. To navigate these shifts, we must also focus on the energy of discernment. With so much information and so many spiritual paths being presented, it's crucial to strengthen your inner compass. This isn't about judging others' beliefs, but about feeling what is true and resonant for you. Does a practice make you feel more empowered, more centered, more connected to your heart? Or does it leave you feeling drained, fearful, or dependent on an external authority? Trust your body's wisdom. Your intuition is your most reliable guide through the spiritual marketplace of the modern world. Furthermore, it is essential to shift from an energy of consumption to one of reciprocity. Our old world was built on taking, but the new world asks us to engage in a sacred exchange. This means not just taking from the earth, but giving back. Plant a garden, leave offerings for the land spirits, pick up litter, or dedicate your actions to the healing of the planet. This same principle applies to our communities. Shift from asking, "What can I get?" to "What can I give?" This creates a flow of generous, life-affirming energy that strengthens the entire web of existence. Ultimately, all these practices are rooted in a profound respect for all that is. We must cultivate a deep reverence for the intricate tapestry of creation, from the smallest insect to the most distant star. This means honoring the divine spark within every person, even those with whom we disagree. It means recognizing the sacredness of the elements, earth, air, fire, and water, that give us life. By consciously choosing to walk in reverence, we align ourselves with the creative forces of the universe. We become collaborators with the gods, co-weavers of the new world that is so powerfully being born.